That is where we want to begin. Gor Mahia. Davis Mberia. Everybody expected Gor to get a clean win against Nairobi City Stars. But Stars had their own ideas. And they frustrated Gor Mahia after going ahead 2-1. They frustrated Gor Mahia.
Nahisi kwamba kocha ambaye ametwikwa majukumu ya kuiongoza City Stars sasa hivi amefanya mabadiliko kadhaa, lakini City Stars katika mechi hii walikuja na nia kwamba wanasema teke la yule mwoga ni mzito zaidi kuliko mpinzani wake. Hapa City Stars anasaka nafasi ya kujiondoa.
Umesikia hiyo? Wanasema
acha endelee kuendelea.
City Stars wanasaka nafasi ya kujiondoa katika eneo la kushuka daraja. Kwa hivyo watatumia mbinu yoyote kuweza kujiondoa mahala pale. Gor Mahia aliingia katika mechi hii. Yeye ndiye alikuwa na shinikizo kubwa, manake mechi yoyote kuanzia sasa hivi, weekend jana, katikati ya wiki na mechi zijazo, iwapo ataeza kupiga sare ama kudondosha alama zozote, basi huenda taji linamkwepa. Kwa hivyo Gor Mahia shinikizo liliwaponza. City Stars walitumia nafasi hiyo kuweza kupata alama nzuri, alama ambazo zinawapa nafasi ya kujiondoa eneo hilo, na iwapo watashinda mechi ambazo zimesalia, huenda wakajiondoa.
Shtemi, it has been a week where we've seen the top teams, you know, falter when it matters, and they have been brought down by the not so big teams, you know, when you talk about football, Kenya Federation Premier League.
I think
it's not something that we expected to see.
Yeah, but it's
look at Tusker, look at Gor Mahia, look at Kenya Police.
But it's quite interesting because looking at the top and the bottom, they are just using the same energies to ensure that they end the season in a style, because the top four are trying to ensure that they gain more points and maybe emerge the champions. And at the bottom, looking at the gap is so closely. So because looking at from number 15 or so to numbers 18, that difference is so slim.
It's actually a 1 point difference between the four teams.
The remaining 3 or 4 matches, they are like finals. So it's for you to ensure that you get more points against your opponents and maybe pray for the rival to draw points, something that's going to make it so difficult for the top 3 teams. Because
who impressed you the most in these matches that we've had this midweek?
I think the underdog, the relegation teams, because they brought their A game to frustrate the teams that are chasing the title.
Cedric Musumba, I mean, now this is how we wanted the league to be. Like, at least now it's very competitive. Like, you look at the results and you're like, you know, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Talanta to get a 2-0 win against Tusker. I didn't expect Nairobi City Stars to get a win against Gor Mahia. I didn't expect Police to go to Kakamega, knowing in mind that if they win, that margin, stretches and they have a chance of winning the league. Now they have a number of games which are remaining, which are very tough. And then at the bottom of the league, the teams that are there, it's a do or die for them. You have Bidco, you have Nairobi City Stars, you have Muranga, and then just above them, you have Mara Sugar. This is how competitive we wanted the league to be.
Yeah, I think there's nothing that is really making it so much interesting other than maybe these two top teams trying to search for the glory that is actually just ahead of them. But then again, as you have just put it, it literally tells a story of a league picking up at the later and the tail end of the league, which and again would have been happening maybe at the beginning of the league, and also happened the many changes that has been happening into our federation. Maybe these are the results that we're gonna now be anticipating, or we anticipate to be seeing maybe moving forward, given to the fact that we have the new office, as in the new team in the office, and maybe going by whatever that we're experiencing right now, something good is happening with this particular team. That competitiveness is what we are literally looking for. But now when you talk of the competitiveness that's really being brought to the fore, some of the team are really quite disappointing. How do you now start bringing it when it's too late? The likes of this team in blue, you know, I would think, and I would have imagined.
They were doing it in honor of their Secretary General who passed away.
But remember, that aside, and my condolence for what happened to the team, but and again, we as fans who have lived to witness FC Leopard actually bagging in trophies after trophies, 1987, 1990, 1992.
Since then,
87, 90, 92, 98. Yeah, we have been associated with that kind of glory. Yes.
Beria was not born.
You can also,
Karaoke was not born.
Wait, he can also go back to his
Now, it is that time to see the result that FC has given us. You see, these are the teams that can decide who wins the title. FC has not played Gor Mahia, remember? Posta, as in police, has not played Gor Mahia. Gor Mahia is praying that it is playing, as in praying that it preys on FC when they happen to meet, so as at least to realize their goal to achieve the dream of winning it again. FC Leopard, because of the rivalry that they have, they are dreaming so hard that when they meet Gor Mahia, they bring them down. So as police are dreaming that FC beats Gor Mahia. So the counseling will be happening around there for the few remaining matches is what will be waiting to see, to as in how it unfolds and how interested it will be when now we are approaching that trophy. They are still searching for it, and we are waiting to see. But I'm so quite disappointed to see this team coming give us 3 goals that it would have been doing it oftenly before it would have been in this particular race.
What Cedric has said, you know, FC have tried to brand themselves like a team that win when it doesn't matter most. When you expect them to win, they don't win. But when they don't expect them to win, that's when they win. And they win those games that are not maybe materialistic to what they're chasing.
Karaoke. Muranga still got a 2-0 win against Sofapaka, which meant that you moved from number 17 to 16, which is no playoff.
Yes.
Mahali hapo.
And there is a team mmezungumzia sana before hapo hivyo. Hiyo nayo itapigwa
Gani ya sasa?
kule Muranga Seal.
Gor are playing Muranga Seal in the league next.
Pale Muranga pale kwa uwanja very dangerous. But now unacheza. Have you ever seen those teams that are being relegated? How they play? Do you see how they play when they are fighting relegation? Wanajitumanga sana. That's what will be happening to Muranga Seal versus Gor Mahia. If Gor Mahia was beaten by City Stars, Muranga Seal itawapiga sana. However,
Gor Mahia will wake up with you.
However,
yes.
I want to join my colleagues and say that I think it's good sometimes when tunaona mechi and the games mwisho, yes, are deciding who is going to. Right now we cannot clearly say nani atashinda kabisa, but of course it's like 2 teams or 3 teams are competing. Hiyo ingine 13 points from number 1.
4 teams are actually competing.
Lakini sio hiyo ingine.
3 matches to go.
Sio hiyo yenye
Gor Mahia has 4 matches.
Yes.
Na sio hiyo yenye iko kwa screen. So hiyo iko mbali sana, 13 points.
No,
number
but
1.
you're losing the conversation, my brother.
Karaoke, focus on your game.
Here, the teams
Yes.
chasing the title are only like 4-3. That is Gor Mahia,
Yes.
Police, Tusker, and then
Shabana.
maybe Shabana distance.
Alafu
I just wanted to know that, to confirm that they are aware.
Kumbuke, police have to go to Kisii.
It is just a trick
It's
affair.
okay, Shabana is okay, but the one that
Ulimuuliza,
13 points
alafu Robert
away from
ulimuuliza mambo ya Muranga Seal. Umeenda kwa FC hapa nini Shabana
Karaoke.
Muranga Seal.
Wamesema wako na uwanja. Now, let's move on and take a look at the best player in the English Premier League. We had the nominees come out this week. Let me quickly run through some of them. You have